Today's class is going to be a fairly gentle but intermediate class. All my classes are being taken from what I would generally teach in a mat class, one of my regular mat classes, but because I don't know everybody who's taking the class, I urge you to be careful, be cautious, and not to overdo it. So you'll need, in this class, either a TheraBand, preferably one of these TheraBands, which are stretchy. If you don't have one of those available, just use a strap. You can use a dog lead, you can use a piece of rope, and if you don't have the TheraBand, you could use two weights. Now these weights are half a kilo, so they're 500 grams. You could take 2 tins of baked beans out of a cupboard, or if you're a bit more upmarket, some kind of black bean, and use those instead. So let's start off, before we do anything else, with focusing on our breathing. Now at this time of crisis and stress, we tend to lock down our lungs, we tend to lock down our rib cages, hold our breaths for prolonged periods, and not open up the lungs, the pleura, sufficiently unless you're taking vigorous exercise. So what we're going to do is just focus on, for about 5 minutes, we're going to focus on our breathing, we're going to add in a little bit of movement, and what I want to add in is some spiraling of the arms. So what you want to imagine is that your arm bones are a bit like broomsticks, so long sticks sticking up into your armpits, fingers at the other end, and we're going to do some spiraling, some rotating of those broomsticks into the armpit. And what you'll find is that as you rotate in that direction, your palms reaching forward, you'll find your chest starts to lift, and as you rotate in the other direction, you'll find your shoulders start to roll forward. Okay, so the movement will be rotating in that direction, thinking of the spiral from the little finger to the thumb, and then spiraling in the opposite direction as you just allow your head and neck to roll forward. So you're going to do a few of those. So let's start off, arms down by our sides, soft knees, and you're going to breathe in. And I don't mind, you can breathe in through your nose or you can breathe in through your mouth, but what I would prefer, if you can manage it, is to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So starting off with the breath nice and soft, and we're going to add that little arm movement. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Just let the arms come up a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let the arms come a little higher. Inhale, exhale, inhale, you can see my knees are starting to straighten as I inhale, getting into the full length of my body. As I exhale, I soften through my shoulders, let my arms come down, rounding out through my lower back. Inhale, bring the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, arms to shoulder height as you breathe in. Exhale, soften your knees, soften your back, soften your ribs. Arms up to a big V shape. And spiral the arms back. Again, 2 more up to that big V shape. And last one up to the big V shape. Next one, bring your arms all the way up and bring your palms together. Hold in that position, and as you breathe out, bring your arms down. do that 2 more times. Breathing in, lift the arms up, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Breathe out, bring the arms down, soften the back, soften the knees, and bring your arms back to your sides. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, bring your arms down. Turn your fingertips downwards. Roll your spine down. Let your body hang. Press into the feet, roll all the way back up again. Reaching up with your arms. Pull your prayer arms down past your forehead, past your nose, past your heart, past your navel, down towards the floor. Try and make the inhale last the whole way up. Try and make the exhale last the whole way down. Last one. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Just hang down. Soften your knees. Bring your hands, if you can, onto the mat in front of you. If you can't, just place your fingertips down. Try and get your palms down, your knees bent. Let your head drop forward, and you're going towards straightening your knees. You're attempting to straighten your knees and then bend them. You're going to do 3 of those. So straightening the knees, let the weight tip forward, your head loll forward. Inhale, just let your knees bend. Exhale, lift up the skin of the tummy, draw it up underneath you. Bend, drop your hips, let your arms hang, roll your spine up. Press into the feet as you straighten up. You're going to lift the arms again up into that prayer position. Bring the hands together. Bring them down. Roll down. Bend your knees. This time bring your hands further forward. Drop down into a squatting position. So drop your sit bones down so that your sit bones are about level with your knees. Now from here, lift the heels, press into the hands, bring your chest forward, load your hands. Press your heels down and lift your sit bones up. And again, bend the knees, lift the heels, let your weight come forward, push into the shoulders and press into the feet. Once again, down, sit down, your hips, bring your weight forward and then bring yourself back. From here, you're going to sit down onto your mat, sit bones on the mat, and you're trying to sort of perch right up tall on your sitting bones. And this is where you want to take a hold of your band, or if you need to, you can use your strap, but I'm going to put the strap on one side. So putting the band or the strap beneath your feet with a gap of about that much between your feet, so about the size of another width of your foot. Take a hold of your band, drop your shoulders down and sit up as tall as possible. Now I'm trying to relax my thighs. I'm trying to draw up the tummy, so think of the skin that attaches to your pubic bone, just pulling back and up towards the back of your spine, and then your navel drawing up underneath your rib cage. And then as you breathe out, just let your shoulders drop, let your ribs drop a little bit. Feel the height through your spine, from your sit bones to the crown of your head. Breathe into that position, and then just gently as you breathe out, pull your tailbone between your legs, feel your back start to bend right down at the bottom. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, find your middle tummy. Draw your navel backwards towards your spine, draw it up beneath your ribs. Nod your head forward, press into your sit bones and restack your spine. You've got 3 of those. So this is a pelvic curl. You're curling your tailbone under you. You're rounding your lower back. You're softening back into the shell of your back. You're pulling in your middle tummy and restacking your spine. Just to that point, just that small movement. So you feel the lumbar spine starting to curve. Feel the tummy starting to pull in, the shoulders pulling down. Nod your head forward and restack your spine. Okay, now find where you would imagine you had the pockets, the ends of the pockets of your jeans, if you're wearing a pair of jeans. And as you breathe out and curl your tailbone underneath you, I want you to roll onto the tops of those pockets so you find that position. Breathe in, pull in the middle tummy, roll your spine all the way up and restack. So once again, curling, finding the ends, the pockets of your jeans. Pulling in the middle tummy, nodding your head forward, rolling your spine up to sitting. Once again, the pockets of the jeans, you're going to roll to there, stop. Now curl your tailbone under you more and see if you can just roll so you're lengthening down onto your waistband. Drop your shoulders. Keep your waistband down, pull your tummy in, bring your shoulders forward and sit up tall. So we're finding the waistband, we're finding that curve in the lower spine. Don't try and overcook this exercise. Don't pull your tail too far underneath you. Just feel that it's curving, that your heels are staying in the same place, that your knees aren't bending, that you're finding the curve in your spine rather than just having to push your feet out. As you breathe out, keep that waistband down. Try and bring your shoulders forward a little bit more. And then roll back. Drop your shoulders. Pull in the middle tummy. See if you can just bring your shoulders forward a little bit more. And then roll back. Drop your shoulders. Don't make your band too tight either. Scoop. Good. Now find your middle tummy. Try and curve over the top of your ribs. And then roll your spine all the way up. Keeping the knees bent. So this is important, this angle is important. If you start to push your legs straight, what it's compensating for is the flexibility in your spine. If you have a problem in this position, take a rolled up towel, put it in behind the small of your back. It really helps to give you some feedback into your lower back. Okay, so especially if your back's slightly more arched than normal or than other people's. That's a really useful tip. So at this point, we're trying to keep our legs in this position, and as we curl, what we're trying to do is get our spine to move. So our tummy is drawing back and trying to make those vertebrae open at the back. All right, now we're rolling all the way down. You're going to bring your head all the way down to the floor. Make sure your eyes aren't looking back behind you. Nod your head forward. Bring your head and shoulders forward. Allow your hands to be pulled towards your ankles. Now, if you're using just a non-flexible strap, you might have to pull your elbows out a little bit to help you. But try with a band to let your fingers be pulled forward. Pull in your middle tummy, bring your shoulders forward, and pop yourself up onto your sitting bones. Let's do two more before we try to use the additional strength of our legs. So we're going to roll back. We're going to bring our head down. So when your knees are bent, this is entirely your abdominal muscles working to help you come up. Your legs aren't helping you at all. You haven't got that ballast of the legs to help you. It's a much more focused exercise on our pelvis moving. And you're going to curl up once again and just bring yourself up into your sitting position. Okay, this time, as you roll down, you're going to push your legs straight. So as you roll down, push out with your legs and roll your spine all the way down. Now keep your feet pushing against your strap. As I say, you might have to tighten your arms a little bit more. Now as you nod your head forward, try and bend your knees, and once again, when your heels are back, pop yourself up. Exhale, push against the strap with your legs and roll your spine down. Nod your head forward and pull your heels back in towards you. Right, our off we go again. Breathing out, pushing out. Lovely. This is the last one. We're going to come up and then we're going to change something. We're going to take the right leg out, or the left leg, which doesn't really matter. And as you reach out, push out your legs. Now your legs are no longer so close together. You've got a bigger space in between your legs. Press the leg down that you're not using, point your foot, and lift the other one up to the ceiling. Don't make your band too tight. We're going to do leg circles. So drop your elbows into the floor, draw your leg towards you, and as you take your leg across, reach it away. And we're going for 6, 2, pulling the tummy in, 3, breathe out as the leg goes down, breathe in, it comes to the top. Breathe out. And this is number 6. Bring the leg up. Just draw it towards you that little bit further. Maybe you can tighten your band a bit more and reverse the direction. 2. Remember your other leg is pressing hard against the floor. Your tummy's working. Your bottom muscles in the circling leg are tightening. Make sure you use those glutes. They can get very lazy. And then you're going to bring the leg back to the center position. Now hold it there. Keep your hands on your band and bring your leg up and across. Now at the same time as you're doing that, you're trying to keep the hip down on the floor and then draw it just that little bit more towards your opposite shoulder. So getting a nice strong hamstring stretch and bring your leg back. Let's do that again. So you're bringing your leg up. You're bringing it towards your shoulder. Nice strong lateral hamstring stretch. And then bring the leg back. Okay, this time bring your hands a bit further up your band and draw your knee in as close as you can towards your chest. And from here, just see if you can straighten your leg a little bit more. Now I'm getting a massive quiver in my leg as my hamstrings start to lengthen under load. If this is too difficult with the other leg down, please remember you can bend it like that. That gives you a little bit more range. But otherwise, straighten the leg. One more. So just standing into your band. I'm trying to keep my knee fairly close in towards my chest. And I'm going to bring the foot back down. I'm going to bring my foot down onto the floor. I'm going to draw that other leg back. I'm going to nod my head forward. And as I breathe out, I'm going to push the legs out and roll myself back up again. So other side, got your foot in the band. Bend your knees. As you breathe out, push out through the leg. Roll down. Lift your leg up. We're going to the inside first, so breathing out 6 circles. So remember, as you breathe out and your diaphragm drops, or rather lifts, your diaphragms lift, you're feeling that your tummy is going to actually tighten, and make sure your gluteal muscles are tight at the back of your leg. So it just feels as if you're kind of pulling up a little bit as you circle. Other direction, so down. So remember your breathing during this time. Think of this Pilates class not just as an exercise class, also as a breathing class, a time to just focus on your own body and not what's going on outside the room. Bring your leg up, take it across, bring your leg up towards the opposite shoulder. Make sure your hip is dropping and you're getting into this lateral hamstring stretch. Great. Bring your leg back again. Let's do 2 of those. So this one feels particularly tight on this side. Draw the leg up. and then bring your knee back. And what you want to do is just bring your knee in towards you and lift. So I can't remember, I think I did about 4 of these on this side, just getting into those particularly tight hamstrings. And then you're going to bring your foot back. Bring your foot back down. Carefully, don't lose the band at this stage. Nod your head forward, push out with your leg and roll your spine all the way up again. Right, so we've loosened everything off again and we're going to just do the full roll up. So full roll up. Once again, you can place your rolled up towel behind your lower back if you wish. Keep your legs glued together. On an exhale, curl your tailbone underneath you and roll back. Roll, 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 roll. And bring the head back. Nod your head forward. And roll your spine all the way up. It should feel easier by now. You're going to do that one more time. And then we're coming back up into our sitting position. And we're just going to stop. Okay. So at this point, we're going to do a little bit of work with the arms. And with a resistance band, you're going to be able to pull back through the arms. You could, if you don't have that resistance band, just do this without pulling on anything. Or if you want to add that little bit of weight, you can use some light weights. And as I said, you can take hold of 2 tins of beans. So we'll leave those there for a minute and we're going to push our legs away from us. And we're going to prepare for an exercise called rowing, which is taken from the reformer exercises. And we're just using this elastic band instead. So we're going to sit upright. Now from here, we're just going to prepare the arms. I just want you to come off your sit bones. Feel your middle tummy just pulling in. And we're going to do some tricep pulls. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, drop the shoulders and just reach back with your elbows. And then bring them forward for 8. So pulling back and forward. Starting to feel the burn in the backs of the arms now. Just watch your shoulders don't start to creep up. And make sure each time you pull your arms back, your tummy pulls back as well. And then just take a little drop forward. Change the grip on your band. So you're going to change it to a ski pole grip with your band coming up between your thumbs and index fingers. You're going to roll back. Now roll back off the sit bones, come back a little bit further and really push your feet into your band. Lifting your elbows and just pull the hands towards your shoulders. And now try and completely straighten your arms. The important thing in this one is you don't let your elbows drop, but you do make sure your shoulders are dropping. 2, last one, and 1. And then straighten your arms and just take a little roll forward. Right, so holding the band with that ski pole grip again. I want you to roll back off your sitting bones, and this is the preparation we're going to do for the rowing. So I've got a stronger lever here. I've got able to hold my band. I'm going to drop my shoulders and I'm going to pull straight backwards with the arms. And I'm going to bring the arms back. Pull in the tummy, pull back with the arms. And forward. And back. Now I want you to do 4 more of those while I demonstrate what you would do if you're using the weights. So you're pushing back and forward. Now this is much harder because I haven't got the band to support me. So you may feel you have to use your tummy a little bit more when you're using those weights. And then bring everything forward and just have a little rest. Okay, so be very wary. If you're going to be doing the rowing practice with the weights, just be careful and make it a little bit smaller. Alright, so we are going to go backwards. Now I've got my ski pole grip. You're going to take a breath in, you're going to roll back. Invert your palms so that they face backwards and pull back. Now if your band is long enough, you can get it to there, you can also leave it there. Pull in the tummy, lean forward, circle your arms out. Now keep the tension on your band and roll your spine up. We're going to do 8 of those, so breathing out, pull back the arms, lean forward, circle forward, restack the spine. Number 2. Number 3, back, lean, circle, and restack. Number 4, and restack. So I'm going to demonstrate with the weights now. So number 5, and up. Number 6. Forward, number 7, pull in the tummy, lean forward, resist, don't bring those arms forward, and last one, reach forward, and then just let your band go slack, roll yourself forward, and restack your spine. Okay. So we're going to have the band, just leave the band as it is, leave the weights as they are. Bend your knees, bring your feet into line with your sitting bones. Put your hands on either side of your legs and gently roll your spine down. Bring yourself all the way down. Bring your arms down by your sides. As you breathe out, curl your tailbone underneath you, push your knees forward and roll your hips up. Inhale, bring your arms back. So we're going to do the classic, Pilates warm up for our lower backs, stretching down and bringing the arms up and back. Okay, so 3 more of those. Breathing out, rolling up, breathe in, breathe out, roll down, and inhale, arms back. Alright, so roll up, inhale, lift, exhale, roll down, inhale, come forward. Okay, so rolling your hips up, bring your arms up to the ceiling and back. And now, as we start to come forward with our arms, I want you to start to roll your spine down at the same time. You're coming forward, you're coming forward, you're coming forward, you're coming forward. You're pressing your tailbone down. You're going to fold up your left leg. You're going to fold up your right leg. You're going into the hundreds. You're reaching up, lengthening. Heels together, toes apart. Feel that back line working. Breathing in. And up. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out, and in, and out. We're going to stop. You're going to fold the knees back. Just take a breather, draw your knees in towards you, because we're going to do 50 with a little bit of an extra twist now. So as you reach your arms back and curl forward and reach your legs out, I want you to really make sure your lower back's on the floor. Heels are together slightly, toes apart, and as we breathe in, we're lowering one leg towards the floor and lifting the other one. And swap. Draw your knees in towards you. I have no idea if that was 100. I sort of lost count somewhere along the line, but anyway, you got the message. Hands behind your knees, and you're going to roll yourselves up into your balance position. So nod your head forward, just bring yourselves up into your balancing position, and we're going into rolling like a ball again. So tummy tucked, shoulders down, and this time bring your hands down towards your shins. Curl your tailbone underneath you and roll back. Just see if you can find your balance and do 5. Last one. Find that position. Place your feet down onto the floor. Bring your arms forward again. Breathe out. Roll your spine down. Pop your hands behind the back of your head. On an exhale, curl forward. On an inhale, roll back. On an exhale, curl forward and stretch your other leg out along the floor. Hold and squeeze that leg in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the knee back and roll your spine down. Other leg, breathe out, reach, stretch the leg out and adult. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Draw your leg back, roll your spine down. Both legs this time, so breathe out, curl forward, reach your legs out, open and close for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs together, drag your heels back and roll your spine all the way down. Once again, curl forward, stretch out both legs, open and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Imagine you're really squeezing into your inner legs, inner thighs, glutes working. Roll back as you bring your knees in towards you. Right, bring your arms down by your sides. Separate your feet out again. And as you breathe out, roll your hips out and just squeeze your buttocks. Push your knees forward and hold that position. Get a good squeeze in. Now, we're going to be using the band in a minute. So I want you to make sure you're dropping your breastbone down. Rolling down, a little bit of pressure into the backs of your arms. Rolling your tailbone down. Good. Scoop your tummy. Stretch your arms forward. Hold that stretch. Now really try and imagine you're going to reach your ankles with your fingertips as you stretch. And then roll your spine back down again. So we're preparing to roll ourselves all the way up into a sitting position. Our feet are on the ground, but we're just getting that sense of pulling the shoulder blades off the floor, pushing the lower back into the floor, lifting those shoulder blades a little higher, and then rolling down, okay? So one more, just reach up with your fingertips, scoop your tummy, flatten your lower back, and release. Okay, bringing the legs up now. You're going to do the same thing. So as you roll through your upper body, feel your lower back press into the floor, scoop, and roll back. Changing one thing, bring your arms back. As you breathe out, press your fingertips forward, scoop the tummy and roll all the way up. Press down into your arms, tuck your tail underneath you, roll back. So these are little preparations for doing the teaser. So we're just going to keep the knees bent to start with. It's a little rocking sensation as you go down. It's almost impossible to keep your legs completely still. Well, I can't anyway, but that is what you're aiming for. You're aiming for that flexion in your lower back and that ability to lift yourself up. Then lower your feet down. Place your left foot in the band, place your right foot down. Now I want you just to hold the band, keep your knee bent, and as you breathe out, roll your spine down and bring yourself back onto your back again. Okay? So from this position, you want to make your band a little bit longer, just a little bit. So you can get your elbows down, and what you want to make sure is your kneecaps are both facing the ceiling. One's not twisted or out to the side or inside. Just line up the middle of your kneecap with the second and third toes so that they're in line. And make sure your knee is above your hip. Elbows down, and we're going to do a bridge now. So we're going to be using a 1 one foot to push you up. So as you breathe out, curl your tailbone under you, roll your hips up, push your knees forward. Hold that position, roll down. It's very easy for one hip to start twisting to help you. So you want to engage your tummy, roll the hip up, push out with your knee, and then reach out with your leg. Now I want you to push it into your leg and reach until your knees are level. You want to lift your head a little bit to look. Elbows down, breastbone down. Breathe in, lift the leg up towards the ceiling. Now flex, and as you breathe out, lower it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last two. Try not to let your hips start drooping. Lift up, bend your knee, and lower your spine all the way down. Okay, so we've done our little bit of flexion to try and roll up. This is going to make it a little bit easier. You're going to nod your head forward. As you breathe out, just push into your leg, bring yourself all the way up to sitting. Lower your foot down, place the band onto your other foot, lift up your leg, try not to twist as you roll your spine down. Dig your elbows into the floor, make sure your other foot's in line with your sitting bone, and curl your tailbone up and bring yourself all the way up. Good. Keep the knee and the ankle and the toes and everything in line, and roll your spine all the way down again. And again, breathing out to roll up. Reach your foot up towards the ceiling, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower. Keep everything lifted. Last one. Lift up your leg, bend your knee, roll your spine all the way down. Okay, might need to shorten your band a little bit. Nod your head forward, push out with the leg, and then bring yourself back and lower your foot down. Lovely. Now, I'm going to bring myself into a kneeling position. Kneeling position. Cross-legged position. You can do this with your legs stretched out if you wish. You can roll up a towel, or you can sit on a block. And we're going to do a little bit of work with the band now, just to open out our chests. So lift up your arm, reach up, arms up, and bring the band down over your back. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now bring the band up, and on your exhale you're going to side bend. Now try not to sort of allow your back to collapse in any way. And the other direction. Bring yourself back to center, lower your band, reach your legs out, give your legs a little bit of a shimmy from either side, and then just cross them in the other direction. So sitting up tall on the sitting bones, breathe in, breathe out, lower the band behind you. Breathe in to lift. So think about that breath coming in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, your tummy's working like crazy to hold you in this position. Out through the mouth. Bring your band up. Breathe out, side bend. Breathe in as you center. Breathe out as you side bend. Breathe in as you center. Breathe out as you side bend. Last one. Bring yourselves back to center. Lower your arms, stretch your legs out. Give your legs a little bit of a wiggle. And then you're going to put the band just across your mat. Try and make sure that you've got an even length on either side. Alternatively, you can put your weights equidistant on either side of your mat. You're going to swing yourselves onto your tummies. You're going to line up the split in the rib cage. For the girls, it's the bra strap line around here with the middle of the band, just so that you can keep that bit pinned down onto the floor. If you're using weights, just take them back to about that position. So I'm going to take my arms back initially. I'm going to bring my forehead down. I'm just going to stretch my legs out behind me. And to start with, I'm keeping my hands on the floor. I'm just pushing my fingertips down. And as I keep the backs of my hands down, I'm lifting my breastbone a little bit. And as I breathe out, I'm pushing it forward, sliding the shoulder blades down my back, keeping my pelvis pressed down into the floor, and then rolling the spine down. Okay, so I'm not doing anything complicated with my shoulders except pushing them away from me. So the head lifts. As you breathe out, you reach out. Now you're trying to keep that bra strap line, the split in the ribs, on the band. Just be conscious at this point that you have to give a little breath out and reach forward a little bit more with your breastbone so as not to let that rib cage lift off the band below this point, and then roll down. So we're giving a workout to our upper back where we need it, that extension through our spine up to the crown of the head, and then roll down. Okay, now take a hold of your band. If you are using the weights, you're going to take hold of your weights, have them one on each palm, and reach out with the fingertips, exactly the same as you did before. There's not very much tension on your band. You lift the head, and then lift the arms and lift the band. Keep pressing your breastbone forward, the bottom of your ribs into the band, your pubic bone's down, your legs are down. Reach, take the arms back out again, release, and let the arms come back. So we're doing a sort of semicircle with the arms. Head comes up, shoulder blades down, pull up, pull out, pull down, come in, release the spine. Breathe in, out, and back. Breathe in, out, and back. Okay, once again, breathe in and release down. Okay, so hold that position. Reach out with your legs, and this time just coming up and simply pulling the arms up. And I want you to hold them up in that position. I want you to do 6 teeny weeny little circles in each direction. 3, 4, 5, 6. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lower your arms back onto the floor. Bring your hands next to your chest. Wiggle your hips. And we're going to sit back against our heels. Stretch out your tailbone. Stretch your fingertips forward. Wiggle your hips again. Remember that breathing. This is all about breathing today. Breathing in through the nose. And sigh the breath out. Bring yourselves up onto your hands and knees. Press your fingertips down and curl your tailbone underneath you up into a big high cat stretch. Uncurl, reach out with your tail. Send your breastbone forward. Once again, curl, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back. Reach out with the tail. Tuck your toes underneath you. Curl. Lift your knees. Lift up into downward dog. Drop your heels down for a stretch. And lift. And lower. And 2 more. If you can't do both heels, try just dropping one heel at a time. Like that. Last one. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk your hands back, allow your heels to drop down onto the floor. Just let yourself drop down. Draw up your tummy, feel your diaphragm lifting as you roll your spine up. Shoulder blades drop. And finish off with one more roll down. So let your head and neck nod forward. Let your shoulders roll forward. Keep the weight over the middle of your feet. Hang And then gradually roll yourself back up again, lifting your diaphragm. Roll your shoulders down. Bring your head up. Thank you, everybody. Keep breathing.